We got to time out. Like, what's the extent of what we can talk about?
What is your viewpoint of amazing? Is this about a sexual date?
No.
Did you 50 Shades of Grey a bitch?
No.
Okay.
I'm not into that. Like, no, to each their own. That, like, that whole, the whipping and all, that's just not my thing. That don't turn me on. Oh, shit. We're going to make an adjustment since she likes that, and I'm going to watch some videos and learn.
There are safe words. Okay. You can create a safe word. It doesn't have to be dangerous. There is like lightness to it that can happen, but you know, it can get a little exciting. Welcome to the Pure Intentions Podcast, where real love, raw emotions, and intentional relationships come together. Welcome back to the Pure Intentions Podcast, where we talk everything relationship from an intentional point of view. I am your host, Chrissy A.
I'm your co-host, Sir Anthony.
And we are going to go into some deep secrets and stories. Well, not necessarily secrets, but we're going to tell stories about dating experiences and, you know, the good, the bad. We're going to call this episode Hotels. He came up with that. So I hope you're ready for this episode.
I'm not.
Because I want us to be authentic and, you know, just real about our experiences with dating. Like, I do know that a lot of people say the dating pool is terrible. It got pee in it. And, you know, so looking at us, I think people just coming into our lives might see it like, oh, that's so cute. They found somebody. They found their person. But what happened before it was us? How did we get here and the things that we went through to get to this moment?
Indeed.
So, first question.
Ladies first. No, go ahead. We shall see.
What was your absolute worst dating experience that you can think about?
Be a little bit more specific.
Like the date that when, okay, so this is the date that maybe when you saw them, it was cool. But when y'all started talking and engaging and getting to know each other, maybe some weird stuff happened, or maybe they were tripping, or I don't know, whatever you feel like was, because I got some stories, but.
Well, come on with them then.
Okay, well, I started off then. Okay, so I have a lot of worst dating experience. I don't think I have a worst. I think just people are just terrible at times. But I would say the one that, let's just say, irritated me the most was I went on a date. I think I was in my mid-20s. I went on a date with this guy. His name was...
we giving names?
Well, I don't think that's his real name.
Oh.
Maybe I shouldn't say it because people probably know who he is. Okay.
Hey, girl, I'll put his @ in the comments.
Can you put a boop right there?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. I went on a date with this guy. We actually went to, I love jerk chicken. A lot of my first dates was jerk chicken, y'all. But we went on Cermak, they opened up a Jerk Villa during this time. This is when Jerk Villa like kinda was fresh in Cermak. They tried to make it to like a little club, little scenery, like a pop-in with the bar and everything. It was pretty dope. And he took me there. I did ride with him. Typically, I don't ride with people because I'm like, I don't want you to know where I live because you might be crazy. I think this was the experience that led me to not riding with people on dates. But we ended up going to Jerk Villa. We sat down. We was having a decent conversation. And he kept referring to himself. I told you this, though. He kept referring to himself third person. And it was just like, yeah. I asked him, like, what do you like to do? Well, likes to go out to eat a lot. And at first I laughed because I'm like, he's just joking. He's so funny. That's cute. He funny, he cute, he's attractive. So this works. But then he did it the entire night. I don't know. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if he did it because I laughed at it the first time and he thought like, okay, I made her laugh. Let me continue it. But it was weird. It was weird as hell. Yeah, it was weird. It was definitely given no second date. And we definitely didn't go on no second date. It's funny because I tell this story, and every time I tell it, I end up seeing him somewhere.
Oh, shit. I run into this cat. Sir Anthony does not want you in our presence.
Period. And Chrissy A approves.
Fucking around. All right, so this was actually not too long before we met. I had met this young lady on the beach, and
you just meet bitches on the beaches.
B&Bs, you know.
Bitches and beaches.
Bitches and beaches.
That's your thing, huh?
That's what it is, you know what I'm saying, cuz? But met on the beach, was drinking wine that day. The next day went out, and so to our Audible listeners, and if you listen out of order. Of course, I just got out of an engagement. I'm free. I'm doing me. So I'm B&Bing. I'm eating bitches on the beach. And this person, when we met, she was like, you look familiar. You're like this guy off of Instagram, this famous guy off of Instagram. I'm like, you know, if you see my Instagram, I am not famous at all.
Yes. So go follow him on Instagram, ladies.
No.
But don't fucking follow my man. I just thought about time out. Don't follow my man. Period. Look, and now they finna all go follow you. I check his DMs. No, I'm just playing. I don't do that.
Oh.
Wait. It's E.
Put on blast on the show. We filming live on the show and you put on blast, so tell us some of your business. What's the worst date that you've had?
The worst date?
Yes.
At Putt Shack.
At Putt Shack? What happened?
Yeah, I had went on this date with this guy. It was our first date. And he was just super controlling and like competitive. And I'm like, we're supposed to be getting to know each other and you trying to tell me what to do and you gotta do it this way, and it just turned weird. And then he offered to pick me up, and I was like, no, I'll just drive. And so towards the end, we kind of had a conversation about it, and he just got mad aggressive. I talked to him when I was in his car, and he got mad aggressive. I was like, I'm gonna go. And then I got in my car, and he just sped off. I'm like, yeah.
He was mad. I done had a couple of people speed off on me before. But we in the middle of filming. You now have became a part of this podcast.
Okay, well, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Okay, E.
Right.
Y'all, that was Lady E. She was on a previous podcast last week.
What's the topic? It was about spinning the block, going back and rekindling those old things. So
that nigga that she talking about, he
That's
had
him?
to spin. No, he had to spin the block. Literally, he spit that motherfucker. He was heated.
That call made me think of an even worser date. But let's continue this story.
Worser is crazy.
If that's a word.
It's not. It's just worse.
Yeah.
It's bad.
And then worse.
Badder. Worse. Okay. It is weird though. Like, why we got never mind. That's off topic.
Back on track. So listen, at the beach, picked up. So we went out the next day. She thought that I looked like somebody, and I guess her mind got the buzzing that night. Text in the middle of the night, and I didn't get it because I'm on my face sleep. She wanted to talk. Why she wanted to talk? Because she did her investigative duties and went and found me on the gram with my ex. And when we got together for the date, she was real antsy and fidgety. I'm like, you all right? Went to the wine spot to drink some more. I'm like, what's going on? Yeah, you lying because this is you and this is your girl and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like,
Triggered much?
listen, I told you I'm just recently out of something. Yes, that was my ex and I'm on to something new. So either, and I said it as blunt as this. I'm sorry to say it. It's a very asshole statement. It's direct though. I said, listen, either we going to continue this date or, you know, you can go on about your day. I'm going to stay here, get to drinking. It's other people in here. I'm going to vibe and have a good time with whoever I meet. And eventually she drunk some more and I guess that loosened up and she got her act together. But
I would have left. I ain't gonna hold you. My pride wouldn't have let me sit there. Nigga, it's other people in here. All right, well, they gonna talk to one of them bitches.
she could have went and did her own thing. I'm not twisting nobody's arm.
I get that. I'm just saying me and my pride wouldn't have, after you made that statement, I wouldn't have been able to just sit there and finish having drinks with you.
Yeah. Well, to each their own. Yeah.
That ultimatum thing, right, that you did. Like, either you gonna be here or your ass gonna leave. That happened to me, right? This is what a nigga said to me. And I'm gonna say it because it's my life. So I had found out that the dude I was dating at the time was cheating on me. And he had in his mind that he didn't want a monogamous relationship, but he never, and that's okay. Like if you're non-monogamous, like you want the polygamy and all of that, that's fine, but you have to be forthcoming because there are women out there that would like that type of life. Mm-hmm. I'm not one of them. Okay. I'm not one of them. However, I found out he was cheating on me with somebody. And then it got to the point where he was just like, you know what? Fuck it. He got tired of lying. He got tired of doing that. He was like, either you gonna deal with it or you not. Or you can go on about your business. I was like, I'm gonna take going about my business because your dick ain't big enough and you definitely ain't got enough money for me to be dealing with that shit.
Oh my God, I can tell you from a fella's perspective, and the fellas that's listening, that definitely put the dagger in the heart with the twist to the ego.
And the dick definitely wasn't big. And it's okay. Like my short kings needed too. However, like you not finna sit here and talk to me like I'm finna be sad bitch to a sad bitch to another sad bitch, and you ain't supporting me financially or you falling short in other areas.
Literally and figuratively, huh?
Like, come on now. Fuck out of here. And his feet was big. That feet being big thing is a lie. This nigga was a size 14. And his penis was 14 centimeters. Moving along. Okay, so of course everything isn't all bad all the time. So we do have those people who we have really good dates with. And sometimes it just don't go anywhere. And that's okay too. So like, what's one amazing date that you had? Like one date that you will always remember?
I don't know if this show or you are prepared for that. Listen, wait. We got to time out. Like, what's the extent of what we can talk about?
What is your viewpoint of amazing? Is this about a sexual date?
No.
Did you 50 Shades of Grey a bitch?
No.
Okay.
I'm not into that. Like, no, to each their own. That like that whole the whipping and all. That's just not my thing. That don't turn me on. Oh shit. We're gonna make an adjustment. Since she likes that, and I'm going to watch some videos and learn.
There are safe words. Okay. You can create a safe word. It doesn't have to be dangerous. There is like lightness to it that can happen, but you know, it can get a little exciting.
I learned something today, and I'm going to do some research.
Now tell us about your amazing date that you don't think we're ready to hear.
Oh man, this is wild. So I have to structure it like this because I don't want nobody Googling nothing.
I'm finna be.
So, I got to feel what it feels like to be, what would you call a trophy guy? Is it trophy guy?
Ooh, you got catered to.
Is that whatever the term is? Y'all DM us, inbox us, whatever. Go to the website, Pure Intentions. We have something where you can email us and get on the show. We ask and answer. You ask, we answer.
You were the prize.
I was the prize.
You was the prize.
Ironically, this person was a famous person. They are the prize. So for it to be reversed, we went to a strip club. She likes strip clubs, and so
I've never heard this story, y'all.
Yeah, this
well,
is
it's
new.
like a new story for me.
as I'm like, what's the extent of what we can go to on this? And then if you all see after we cut, and my eye a little puffy.
Nah, anything before me ain't got nothing to do with me.
So we went to the strip club, and every stripper stopped on a pole, recognized her, and like, is that so and so? Yeah. So then we went to the little VIP spot, and we got a lap dance, and like everywhere we went around, she paraded me like it was. I'm just not used to that concept. I'm like, I'm not a celebrity or nothing like that, but if I'm going and I got the on my arm, then everybody looking at her, and then they looking at me like, damn, okay, fella. Like, for the fellas that's not jealous, and the ladies, they looking like, who is that? I've never experienced where it's in reverse, where she paraded me around, and all of the strippers, bad, was looking like, who is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
It felt good. It felt good. I must admit.
So that was your amazing date?
I guess you could say.
Okay.
It was different because I never had that experience before.
I get that because I believe that an amazing date would be something that you experience that you haven't experienced before, something that is different, and that's what makes it amazing.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Well, y'all go ahead and make me famous so I can carry him around and I can be his amazing date.
We can do that now. We can go ahead and go get a couple dollars. No.
Period. I'm for it.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
Y'all heard. So when I run this video back.
It gotta be some P Valley shit though. We can't be polecats in it.
Yeah, no, I don't like. I ain't gonna knock that because then they might see them. What's wrong with polecats?
They're not real strippers. That's what's wrong with them. The fuck?
They gonna be Googling if they not from Chicago. Like, what's polecats?
I'm just not gonna say. I'm just gonna leave it where it is, cause y'all gonna cancel me. So my amazing date, you already heard about it. I'm in the dark about stuff. This was done in the dark. No, I'm just playing. But
No, that's true. That's facts.
But my amazing date was Valentine's Day, and y'all, my birthday is the day before Valentine's Day. I'm a Valentine's Day Eve baby. So I've never really celebrated Valentine's Day. And I never had anybody like ask me, would you be my Valentine? Which, if y'all still in a relationship, still ask your woman to be your Valentine. Don't fall short of that. Like, we like romance. Give it to us. Anyways, this guy on Facebook, apparently I knew him before then, but I really don't remember ever meeting him before then. He said he knew me, but he had to because he was my Facebook friend. Anyways, he hit my inbox up and he asked me to be his Valentine. It was a little convo before that, but it ended with him saying, would you like to be my Valentine? And I'm like, sure, because nobody's ever asked me. So I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. And he came and got me from my brother's house because it was after the date with the God person. Yeah. anyways, so he came and picked me up from my brother's house. I came downstairs. He was like, okay, so this is what we're going to do. He first texted this to me. We're going to go to, what's our wine place called?
Cooper's Hawk.
We're going to go to Cooper's Hawk. And I know you like to have fun and you like games. So we're going to go to this VR place. This was during COVID, like within that time frame. And they had opened back up the VR place, but then they shut down again. So those plans had got canceled, but he never really told me that until he came and got me. And as I'm getting in the car, he gets out the car, opens the door for me. He hands me a bouquet of flowers before he opened the door. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. He was like, this is for Happy Valentine's Day. And I take the flowers. They were so pretty. They had glitter on it and everything. Then he opens the door and there's another bouquet of flowers on the seat. And he was like, oh, and happy birthday. And I was like, okay, points. I'm feeling it. And we get in the car and he's driving. He was like, oh, we're not going to go to Cooper's Hawk. No, he said, we're not going to go to the VR place because they're shut down. So I'm thinking like, okay, well, we're going to go to Cooper's Hawk. I've never been to Cooper's Hawk at this point. So we're driving and we going like in the hood. And I'm like, I know damn well Cooper's Hawk ain't in the hood. So I'm like texting my brother, like sharing my location. Like, I think you need to pull up. You know what I'm saying? Because this nigga taking me on Artesian. Like, I was confused. Like, this nigga trying to set me up. Like, who he know finna sex trade me? You know, a whole bunch of stuff going through my head. And he saw it and he felt it. And he was like, I promise you I'm not kidnapping you. He was like, you just said that it was your first Valentine's Day, that you never experienced Valentine's. So I wanted to do something different. And my instinct was like, just go with the flow. But then my head was like, bitch, he trying to kill you, trying to murder you, run. But I went with my little instinct and I was just like, okay, I'ma chill. If he's trying to kill me, bitch is dead. The best I can do is fight my way up out of it. It is what it is. But we're at his house. And I'm like, I know this nigga didn't just bring me to his house. He opens the door and his house goes up the stairs. There's rose petals all on the floor going up the stairs. So I'm like, oh, this is cute. And now I'm like, my senses, I'm relaxing and shit. Like, okay, he's being romantic. Let him be romantic. And we get up the stairs and someone else opened the door and he has on his chef uniform. And there's jazz music playing in the background and there's balloons everywhere. There's a table that's candlelit and there's rose petals on the floor. And I'm just like, oh, this is super cute and super dope. And we sat and the chef cooked for us a 3-course meal and it was really good. And we just talked the entire time. We talked for like 3.5 hours and nowhere in that conversation was there anything about sex. So that was my most amazing date that I've ever been on. Kudos to him.
Gotta give him kudos.
Yeah. He did
credit
that.
where credit is due.
He did that.
But then he fumbled the ball.
He did. Big time.
And eventually your boy picked it up and now I'm going to the goal.
Period. Run, baby, run. Time for social media dating. Wait a minute. Have you ever online dated?
No.
You've never online dated?
No.
Never downloaded the app?
When I tried the apps, because I'm not doing it for the app's purpose, so I had zero traction. Like,
what you mean?
I tried the one I tried, Hinge, and their thing is the prompts. I didn't care about those prompts. I just put in I skipped most of them that I could.
The prompts
and
were
put
fun.
in the bare. Listen, I was on something else.
He
said this episode is
intentionally
called
dated.
Hotels, right? If I were to tell the truth, it was going to be a bunch of lies on that app. So tried a little bit. It was dead. You know what? I forget the name of this. I did try another app, but it was during the pandemic when this is the time when nobody could come out, when it got really strict before it opened up. And the women on there were strange and desperate. And I'm like, I don't think I should be in this place, and deleted the app.
Yeah. I could see that. The niggas was strange and desperate too.
So.
But most of the niggas was desperate for vagina.
I can see that.
Cause you wasn't desperate for it, but you was on there for some vagina too.
Yeah. The episode is called
Hotels. Well, I definitely downloaded and utilized some dating apps, and there are some weird people on there. I think my favorite dating app, if anybody, because I do believe that you can find something on a dating app. I don't think that it's as bad as a lot of people make it seem. I know a couple of couples that got married, had babies, meeting somebody off a dating app. So I would recommend Hinge. You talked about it. I would recommend Hinge because Hinge is actually pretty dope. That and Bumble. They blocked me. That's beside the point. Bumble and Hinge are really dope apps. Bumble, I like Bumble because you can date women too, like friendships, like meet friends. I wouldn't personally, I tried. I wouldn't want to meet a friend on an app. Do I think it's possible? Yes, I do. I think you can, but it didn't work out for me. As far as the guys on the app, I think Hinge has more like successful, good-looking men on there. But be careful because they could possibly be wanting just some coochie. So just try it out. Be intentional. Maybe we'll do like a thing about questions that you can ask on an app to make sure somebody's intentional or something like that.
Ooh, and as you know, shameless plug, we have the resources section on pureintentions314.com. We actually have a list of great Hinge prompts.
Oh, we do.
We have that already.
See, this guy, I don't know. He writes the articles. He's very good at it too. They're really good articles. They're really good reads.
And while we at it, we talked about the new deck that just came out. So here is our You and Me to Us deck. Go and check it out. Now, this one is cool because it's fun games that couples can play, and every one is a cool activity that you can do. Some that you can just do without anything else, like pen, pad, or going anywhere. And then some requires you to actually go. So we have that. We have a bunch of other decks out. So just kind of showing a few of them off. Which one is this? This is the Beyond Dating deck. We're going to do an episode on this. You want to describe it just very briefly?
It's just basically like we have the intention starters deck. That's when you just first start dating someone. And then the Beyond Dating deck is the one where you're actually in the commitment stage. Like you're trying to see if it's time to actually commit. So now we're moving from dating to actually starting a relationship. And they have good questions for that.
Yep. And to talk about the Reignite deck, well, there's a whole episode about that. If you're listening on a podcast,
And the one before this one,
you can go ahead and look up Spinning the Block, Reignite, whatever those keywords, and look at that episode. And we talk about going back with somebody that you've been with. We have the cards that we introduced to that. And then you mentioned about on Hinge where you can find friends. So we have for the ladies, the Sister Circle deck, and how you can get intentional questions to, as you say, date your friends.
Yeah.
And learn, not in a romantic way, but how to get closer and have intentional relationships with them.
Y'all, that tripped him up when I said, it's a deck where you can date your friends. He's like, date your friends? But I do believe that as much as we take dating men and women or whatever you're into, as much as we take that serious, we should protect ourselves and our friendships too, because these are the people that more than likely when you are going through your toughest times, these are the people that you run to and you talk to when you don't have nobody else to talk to. Like, let's be honest, like everybody can't go to their family members, because if you tell Aunt Shirley gonna tell Cousin Pete, and then everybody in the family gonna know, you know. And you need to understand friendships and what people value, what they like, and if we were in this scenario, how would you react to it, or have you ever been in this type of scenario, and how did that make you feel? You know, like I really do believe it's a good thing to date your friends. So I created a whole deck for it.
And you can find that at pureintentions314.com.
Okay, enough with the promo. Back to
That's what pays the bills.
Look,
so we got to have that.
We had to throw our infomercials in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so aside from the dating apps and all of that, I did want to talk about the questions that people typically ask when dating. Have you ever asked a girl for her body count ever in your life?
No.
You've never asked?
It's certain things you don't ask women.
Some women you never
don't
asked?
know that. Age, things like that.
Not even as a kid?
No.
Oh, that's so good. I like that.
It's certain things that fellas, you know, you don't ask that question if you don't want that second date.
Okay, go back to the questions you don't ask a woman.
Age, depending on if you're post 30, don't ask, don't even guess it. You know what I do? I play a game and I reverse it on me. How old do you think I am? Remember me doing that to you?
Yeah. But you know what? I'm a little like iffy about that, because like I feel like a lot of us have a problem with the age thing. Like a lot of women have a problem with telling age, but I think that aging is a beautiful thing. Like it's so many people that are dying so young. To know that you have successfully lived a full life, to know that you're aging and aging beautifully, like fine wine. Like, it's like, why would you not want to disclose how long you've been here? Like, it's not a question that they asking you how much in your bank account right now. It's literally like, what's your age? How old are you? Yeah. You know? And then some people just have their preferences of what age group they want to date. So I think that's a typical question. And no matter how old you get, you shouldn't shy away from answering it. But that's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. To each his own. Don't beat me up.
Because they gonna blame the comments.
It's just my opinion. Like, I never really understood why women do not like telling their age.
Yeah. I'm going to say some risky stuff here. I think the ones that don't look older, the ones that look older than their age, they have an insecurity about that, and then that's going to cause or open that can of worms.
Well, you still look old. It don't matter.
But the ones that are in reverse, that look way younger than what their physical age is, those are the ones that don't mind telling it.
But I've actually seen women that look great that don't like that question too.
I don't know. I don't have experience in that, so I don't even ask it. I don't want that smoke.
You like, just avoid it at all completely. But if you are a woman out there that is that type of woman who's afraid to tell her age, I mean, I kind of want to know why. Like, maybe inbox us. Everything that we get inbox, everything that you message us is done in secrecy. I just want to know why. What is it about the age question that gets you so antsy and makes you not want to answer it, or makes you feel like it's very disrespectful?
And be honest, we have a section on our website. So if you don't want to DM, which has your personal identification, which you go on the website, there's a whole section. It's called Dear Pure Intention. You can do it anonymously and submit the response to this, be honest, and then we can understand why. And if you want us to talk about it on the show, let us know in that same communique. And of course, we don't have your information. We can just talk about it and say, we heard from some women, and here's the valid reasons why.
And it could be a very valid reason. Like, I think how we say it's two sides to a story, and then there's the truth. It could be a very valid reason why someone doesn't want to disclose their age. And I feel like if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I just honestly just want to know why.
Yeah. But fellas, if you want a tip on how to do it, especially if you look young, suave, and debonair, you reverse it on yourself. Get them to guess your age, and most often what happens is that open up and she'll tell her age as a conversation piece. So I don't even make it about her age. It's about my age. And if you look older than what you are, I don't know how to help you there, brother. Like, stop all that drinking and smoking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And let your hair go. Like, just let it go. It's okay. It's okay. Like, RIP that head. Because your line of being all the way back here is fucking ridiculous. Just let it go.
I'm about 4-5 years away from that, so stop. I'm feeling a little triggered, but no.
We like bald men too. We like a nice bald man with a beard. What's up?
Well, I'm going to go back to this episode where I said if I cut my hair, I mean, you did say about the beard, but then when I said the hair, you was like, no.
No, you don't purposely cut your hair. You have nice hair. You don't cut your hair, but when it's time to let it go, RIP it.
Yeah.
And let it go. If you try to hold on to it longer than it wants to be held on to, it's like y'all have a bad relationship with your hair.
What if I get dreads and then my dreads is on
no.
I have bald dreads and it's on the back of my head
while you sleep.
But I'm wearing a hat all the time. Dope hats all the time to cover my bald dreads.
No. Because what if we go to a spot and they're like, no hats?
We can't go.
And then you got to take your hat off.
We can't go. We going all the way home.
Oh, no, this nigga.
Nah, I'm fucking around. Not me, like.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wear no bald dreads.
So I do want to like double back because we kind of got off on body counts. So you've never asked anybody for their body count before. Has anybody ever asked you how many women you slept with?
Yes, but I'm not telling the truth.
You not going to tell the truth?
No.
How many women you slept? Never mind. Never mind. I don't know. Is that many?
It's 3.
Nigga, I know you're lying.
How you know I'm lying? You wasn't there shooting with me when I was in the gym.
I'm 1. Your ex before me was 1. Your ex-wife was 1. And then you talked about on this episode, the girl.
I didn't say we slept together on this episode.
I know you slept with her though.
Why you ratting me out? So like if the feds come, red flag, y'all hit me. She telling it on the show. Ain't nobody even ask you that.
Well, it's my business to tell because that belongs to me. Hello.
4.
Okay. Okay. So we're going to multiply that by 50.
We got jokes, huh? I'm going to get you back.
Well, I definitely been asked my body count.
And you told?
Well, then, yeah, because it wasn't that many.
Was it crickets after that? Oh, my bad. I wasn't listening. You said you told because it wasn't that many then, and that's cool with the guy. Did he believe it?
He got mad.
You know what? I don't know why I'm shocked because my maturity now is like back then, like shit, anything over 2 for a guy.
That's what it was.
It's like,
but
you been out here running a hotel.
It was a guy I lost my virginity with.
You said he made number 2 and that was too much?
No, he made number 3.
And that was too much?
Yeah, because he wanted to be number 1. I guess. That's the only thing I could think of. I don't understand that. Like, I know a lot of people do this thing where they're just like, well, I need to know so I can know what I'm getting into.
I get that.
But they ask after they already had sex with you. Nigga, you got into it already. Ain't no turning back. You can't unfuck me. I'm finna unfuck you because you got too many bodies.
Well, everybody, the guys, they know the rule to that. Whatever the woman tell you, multiply times 10 and add 3.
And whatever the man tells you, divide that by 6. Because it's that line, you probably a virgin.
Look. I'm putting that clip out because that make us look good. You said divide by 6.
That nigga probably lying.
You ain't hear
that
what you said.
That don't make y'all look good.
You ain't hear what you said.
No, I'm saying y'all lie about y'all penis. Meaning a lot of men out here say, oh, I fuck this girl, I fuck that girl. And ain't fuck nobody.
See, I'm not listening.
No, you not.
So they up in the count that they don't have.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll with that.
If he tell you his body count, times that motherfucker by 100.
She lying.
Well, he shouldn't be talking to y'all about his body count anyways. Moving along. So do you think that, just to end this conversation, do you even think that body counts matter in a relationship?
They do if who you're dating is running a hotel. And so it's like an indication to the guys like, damn, is she for the streets? Mm-hmm. Am I the one trying to turn a hoe into a housewife? Because a caged lion gonna have to roar. So she might be a little tame now, but if that's in her nature the whole round, she's gonna do that on you. I think that's what the deeper question that the guys are trying to get to is like, man, if I come pull up, did the homie smash her? Because she grew up in this neighborhood, like, man, do I run that risk of being, I think it's get into that I just discussed, and then the avoiding the embarrassment of it. Like if she got around.
Yeah.
That's the real issue that guys don't want to be open and talk about.
Yeah.
So that's what matters. And then all of that taps into emasculating his ego.
But then it's just like, I think that a lot of us go through a whole phase, like a whole era. And it's not that you are necessarily a hoe. Some women, especially women that didn't grow up with a father figure, women that didn't grow up with any male figures, you know, like in your life to show you, or if you did grow up with one that didn't even teach you, you know what I'm saying, how to respect yourself, or even growing up with a woman that didn't even understand how to teach you to properly respect your body. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's like you go through this stage of trying to figure out life and find that person. I'm just telling you the mindset of how I thought. I'm going to be real with you because we're being authentic. When I was young, I didn't care about the sex part. Like sex was something that I felt like I had to do because if somebody made me their boyfriend, and this was the misconception, this is why we do as parents need to have these conversations with our kids. This is why we need to have these conversations with our nieces, our, you know what I'm saying, our family members, because my perception of a relationship was make him happy and it will eventually make me happy. Like I will get the love that I need if I please him. So I was literally a people pleaser. And I was a man pleaser, a boy pleaser, because I was young. And it was like, you make me your girlfriend. And let's just say we spending time together. And you start like wanting to feel me. Or you want to like, I feel like I'm supposed to do that because I'm your girlfriend. Like that was my perception on what it was to be a girlfriend. Didn't know no better. And hotels. And it's like, if you don't know, you're going to do what you think is the way to go. And the people that were teaching me were the people that were using me. You know what I mean? And now this relationship doesn't work out. So now I got a new boyfriend. And this boyfriend is different because he's promising me things. He's telling me he's going to be here for me. And I don't know what that looks like exactly because I never had it. So I'm believing him and I'm trusting that he's going to do right by me, especially if I tell him all the times that niggas did me wrong. And I don't want to go through that again, not knowing that he's utilizing that to get what he want out of me. So then you go through these periods and over again until you one day wake up and say, what am I doing? What's going on? I don't even want to do this. Like each time that I had sex, I didn't start enjoying sex until I became 30. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, sex was for other people. It wasn't for me. I did have an experience in my 20s. I'm not gonna lie. I had an experience. We ain't gonna get that transparent. But I had an experience in my 20s that I did enjoy. But I'm talking about, like, as far as like relationship goals and actually feeling my body the way that I wanted to feel it and doing it strictly because I wanted to do it. You know what I mean? And not because somebody else. So I would definitely advise that all these adults out here listening to us, have those conversations with the children in your life. Kids are not too young to know these things. We have people that are having sex at 10, 11, 12 years old. So don't think my baby is too young for this, because you don't know who is actually teaching your baby what out in these streets, at school even. So have those conversations. Teach your child how to respect their body and what it means to be respectful to your body, and that waiting is actually a good thing. And not to do something unless you want it for you, not to keep somebody. You know what I mean? So,
well said.
whoo, child. There's some transparency. So with that being said, sometimes people go through them whole periods. We go through whole stages. It doesn't make us a whole. It doesn't mean that we're not marriage material. It just means that sometimes people take a longer process to get to know who they really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you are a hoe, don't masquerade as if you're a housewife.
Yeah.
Stay on that side of the fence.
Yeah.
Stop trying to trick these brothers.
They ain't gonna do
You'll be
that.
fine.
Hoes are literally tricks. So how they gonna stop tricking if they a hoe?
My fellas, learn how to look through the hoism. Look past the tricks. And get what you need and get out. Some women are made for fun. Some women you settle down with. And
That's true. But I think that a lot of men take the women that are made to settle down with and put them as fun and wife up the hoes. They got it backwards. Y'all got it wrong. How they getting it wrong?
Because of BBLs and TDLs and liposuction and all of that, you can't tell the good ones from the bad no more. These mommy makeovers, some of them is cold, boy. You want that, like.
Have fun with it.
Yeah, have fun with it.
Yeah.
But there are some mom makeovers
That are good women.
that are good women, and now you got your double bubble. So to you, sister, I salute you.
I ain't got no mommy makeover. I just got a fat ass. Do you think social media makes dating worse or better?
Overall, I think it makes it worse because there are some unrealistic expectations with dating. What we're talking about, intentionality. The masses probably don't want to hear this because it really first starts with you as the individual to figure out what you want. And if it doesn't work, it's okay to move around.
Yeah.
And when it does, to lock in. So social media doesn't show you this. They'll show you the goals, which is good as far as being inspirational, but it doesn't show you the hard work that go most times. Now there are some accounts that are sharing, the trials and tribulations and then show those happy moments. But when you see that this girl got a room full of flowers and balloons and this and that, and the couple looks so good, you don't know what comes with that.
Yeah.
The turmoil, the bad times, the ups and downs to get to that point. So it shows an unrealistic expectation and thinking that everything is supposed to be peaches and cream when it's not.
Yeah. I think that it could be good and a bad thing, because even in that explanation that you gave, I think that a lot of people want those flowers everywhere and those balloons because they see it and they've never seen it before. And what do we know until we actually experience it? And it's like, you being the person that I'm dating or the person that I'm with, and I tell you like, oh babe, I would love this. It gives you a moment to connect with me on a different level. And it's possibly something that you've never experienced neither. And it's just like, oh, I'm doing something for somebody. I must really care about her. So I think there's a good side to that thought process too. It just depends on how the people on the other side of this camera perceive things.
Yeah.
Because, baby, outside of the expectations, because there is social media where we see the bad parts of relationships. Let's call it reality TV. Now, you don't think reality TV is real, right? To a certain extent.
Right.
Okay. However, these people are living, like, I do feel like that they don't script it, but they put people in positions to where they can get more ratings. That's what I believe makes reality TV a little fake. Because if it wasn't for it, they probably would never bump into these people or even talk to these people or have conversations with them, because I don't fuck with you. Why am I talking to you? Yeah. Why am I sitting at the table with you having lunch? You know what I mean? But I think what people do is they judge. Social media judges everybody's relationship when they see something going bad in a relationship. You don't watch Love and Hip Hop, but I'm going to bring this up. The whole Rashida and Kirk thing, it just grinds my gears seeing all the comments that people make about this woman wanting to stick with her husband through the cheating, through the bullshit, through the lies, through all of that. Like, it baffles me because everybody has a breaking point. If she has not reached her breaking point, why does it matter so much to y'all? Like, this is a man that they built empires with. They literally have acres of land and buildings together. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a financial thing, and we can sit here and act like money doesn't matter, but it does. They have children together. You know what I'm saying? And I get the whole don't stay together in a miserable home because of the kids. But I only think that they get miserable because their stuff is on TV. I feel like Rashida wouldn't even go that hard if all of us wasn't judging her and her relationship. Like, I think that she would just be like, shit, he got hoes. Fuck it. Just stop getting them bitches pregnant, nigga. Like, that's all I care about. Like, if you gonna fuck somebody, fuck them. But don't bring that shit home. And a lot of people don't understand that concept because they think like, oh, I'm in a relationship. It's supposed to be monogamy. And you're supposed to stay faithful to me no matter what. But in reality, some niggas cheat. Like, some niggas cheat. And the count on men versus women, it's more women in this world than men. So I want Rashida to stay with her cheating husband. Because I want a faithful man. I want the Rashidas of the world to stay with their cheating husbands and allow them their peace in cheating. Like, she's trying to let that man cheat in peace, and y'all making her have to say something and do something about it. Like, that woman is beautiful. She know what she doing. She absolutely know what the fuck she doing. And I don't see no shame in it. They let that man cheat in peace. She tried, but y'all steady commenting. Like, leave her the fuck alone.
Don't flame our comments.
That's my truth. Like, that's my opinion of it. Like, I honestly believe that she did know her. We are women. We know when our man starts cheating. Like, we just know. We just know. We just do. God put that in us to know. And it's like, she didn't need y'all. She didn't need BET, VH1. What's on? BT? It sounds like BT. She ain't need that to tell her that her husband was cheating on her. She probably already had a feeling about it. But I feel like the pressure of social media and all the comments, the negative comments, is making her feel like she has to say something. She has to now address the situation overly. And the tears, I feel like, are real, but I think it's tears of nigga, why did you do it, to the point where now everybody has something to talk about.
Yeah. I understand that logic.
Let that woman let her man cheat in peace, people. Let that woman free. She is a beautiful woman. She got her own businesses. She makes her own money. And she happy. Now y'all making this lady miserable because she got to keep trying to save face. Like, let her man cheat in peace. Shit. And the rest of them too, because she ain't the only one. That's all I
Moving along.
That's all I had to say. I know you can't really comment because he do not watch he do not watch any reality TV.
No, I just overhear what you watching and then the comments that you bringing up. So I'm aware of it, but it's just not for me.
Yeah. Have you cheated? We talked about that.
We have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you regret it?
No in the beginning, yes in the long term.
Why do men cheat, in your opinion?
It's a variety of reasons, but sometimes because y'all don't understand, we so simple and we're visual. It'll be a chick in our face that's just giving us rhythm. And you know how they say this, it's not literally that the pussy fall in your lap, but sometimes that's how it feels. It's like they just throwing it at us. It's like, okay, I took it. And she means nothing to me and I'm back with you. And I'm gonna get flamed for that, but it really is as simple as that.
So men are weak.
You could say that.
I wouldn't say simple, I would say weak.
We are simple.
Weak. If pussy could just fall in your lap, I mean, it can just fall in my lap.
Okay.
It's just like, I don't think it's a simplicity thing. I think it is a weakness thing because it's so easy to just get a woman and fuck her. You know how hard it is to have a woman that you're attracted to and be like, nah, I got a girl. I'm good. Like, it takes a lot of strength to do that. And I understand that it takes a lot of strength to do that. And it's like, for women, it's not that, well, for me, it's not that hard to do. Like, I could see an attractive man and don't even see him attractive. Like, I have a tunnel vision thing. Like, I got a good man. Or even if there is a man attractive enough for me to be like, oh, he fine. It don't be like, oh, he fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, he's nice looking. And I think my mind will mostly go to, like, one of my friends that's single versus anything. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not finna go talk to him and try to hook him up with my friends. It'd probably be a thought like, oh, Lele might be attracted to him. And then it ends there. You know what I mean? But y'all just weak ass niggas. Get a hold of yourself.
I'll let you have that. You won that round one. You won.
Okay, well, I feel like this is a good conversation.
Indeed.
Yeah, I don't think we have to keep continuing because, you know, I'll be talking. I'll go on for days. So we're just going to end this right here, right now. Here and now. Okay. And did you have anything like on your heart or anything you wanted to say, give some advice, or close it up in your own special way?
Well, young YNs, listen. When the old heads, when now I learned that I'm Unc status now. Listen to Unc. When we tell you to get all your whole phase out when you young, do that. Because you really do. And when we say that, do it responsibly. You want to date and figure out who you are, what you really like, versus committing young and realizing you want to venture in your committed relationship. That's a mistake that I made. I should have sold my oats and did all of that while I was young and figured that stuff out. So when it's time to settle down, I can find the person that properly aligns with me. So that's my advice to the young guys. Figure out what you want. Like really, really figure that out. Even through failures, like when you mess around with some of these chicks and you like, nope, I wanted this big booty IG model, but man, she was fun to look at, fun with them clothes off, but she lay there like a rock in the bed. But when I had this Ooga Booga, man, she was doing acrobats and flips in 17 different positions and all of that. Then when I was with the baddie off IG, she made me peanut butter jelly sandwiches, cheese pizza, and hot dogs. Oh, and you know what's her best meal? Tacos. And you like, damn, where the pot roast and the fried chicken and the shrimp pasta and all that stuff I see on the gram? Nope, buddy. You're going to be spending at the restaurant on her or y'all for that. Like, you have to figure that stuff out and you have to go through that. And if that's what you built on, you want to eat the hot dogs, cheese pizza, and tacos, if that's what you into, then by all means, go after it. But you got to figure that out. And that's my word of advice to you.
Do you think that men that typically serial cheat had their heart broken and that's why they became a monster?
Yes. So and then they don't want to admit it. So it might have been who he thought was that perfect girl, and it just, for some whatever the reason is, it didn't work out. So I'm like, I'm about to be out here, and nobody will ever get that close to my heart anymore. And if you are getting close, I'm on to the next one.
Yeah, I feel that heavy. I feel that so heavy because thinking about all the type of guys that I've dated, they really were like really sweet and loving. Like I could feel that part of them. I could look at their eyes and see that side of them, but it was masked by all this fear. That's what I'm gonna call it. It was fear of being hurt again, fear of letting somebody in and it not working out, fear of getting done like they probably did some women. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate because it's like now their fear is now trickling down to each woman that they're hurting that has good intentions for relationships. And now we creating hoes.
This is the hotels episode.
Period. Hotel everybody. Yeah, that's all I want to say.
Okay, we closing it out?
Yes. So my word of advice is, of course, to my women, since he gave that beautiful advice to our young man. To my young girls, specifically those who do not have a strong male role model or a strong feminine role model in their life, I would say just be patient with yourself. Love on you. You don't need anyone to love you. You don't need any physical thing out there to make you feel special. You just are. God created each and every one of you, one of us, to be something special. Everything that you need is already inside of you. So don't go out looking for somebody. Don't take your daddy issues and try to find a man that will treat you right. Because what's going to happen if we don't learn how to unlock those versions of us where we love ourselves, what's going to happen is we're going to go through those whole phases. We're going to give ourselves to people that we think are sincere with us. And it 9 times out of 10 just be a front. So just be patient with yourself. Love on you so heavy that you don't need anybody else at that point. And once you get to the point of loving you and knowing you and understanding what it is that you want and need, then your Prince Charming will come. And he will get on your fucking nerves. But you will love him because the love he gives to you is way more than any of that. And that's all I have to say. So, Thank you for joining our episode on hotels.
Till next time.
See ya.